Hi guys, so I'm doing something a little different today, and I feel like it's my duty because whatever I'm learning, I would like to give the knowledge out for free as much as possible for you guys. So there's a lot of people that want to work on their credit and they want to fix their credit, and so I am doing something a little different today, we talk about spirituality a lot, but I also, a lot of people are trying to get their lives together, trying to get things going in their life. So I'm going to show you guys an easy way to fix your credit. Okay. Very easy way to get it up. The scores at least a little bit. Okay. I'm going to teach you guys. So, let's go on my journey. So I started, my credit score was like a 500. I had negative inquiries on it. They were from some hospital bills or whatever. Some of them were mine, some of them weren't. The ones that weren't mine, I disputed it, and the ones that aren't, you can still you can still dispute them. Okay, you can get hospital bills, especially things like that, like hospital bills, off your credit account as quickly as possible. So it's not hard. Okay, so people think like, I don't know how to do it, it's so hard, but it's not. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get Credit Karma, the app, right? So the app will show you what negative inquiries are on your account. So you could look down and it'll say like accounts negative or even hard inquiries. I just got a couple of those taken off too. Okay. So you can call the company or write them letters. I would suggest doing both because hi everybody, Living Light 2. I would suggest doing both because it works better. So they wouldn't take off things off my account. I kept disputing them. So I'm going to show you a basic letter. Let me take my information off here so you guys don't see my whole information here, okay? So, all right. So the way I did it was like this, very simple. So you can't really see too good, but see, I write a letter. It's a general letter, right? Let me do this. Hold on a second. Let me do this for you guys so you guys can have it, right? So it's a general letter that you can write to all three bureaus, and I'm going to show you how to do it the simple way so you don't have to go crazy, right? And you don't have to do 100 letters. It's very simple, okay? So go in your Credit Karma report, check on the bottom. There will be a list of things that are negative impact on your account. Also, if you want to begin to build your credit, I suggest getting one of those prepaid credit cards. So I started mine with the $300 limit, and now I'm up to a $1,000 limit on my credit, okay? So, and that's good compared to what I had before. I had nothing. I had no credit. So what I did was I applied for one of those $300 prepaid limit cards, and after 6 to 8 months, they give you back the money. So you're getting that money back. It's just a down payment, basically. When they see you're in good standing, this video is gonna go fast, so rewatch it. I would suggest always keep your spending on your cards less than 35% utilization, which means if you have a $300 limit, you can't spend more than $70 on that card every month, because then they'll see it as somebody who's irresponsible with credit. They spend a lot of money and they're not going to do good with it, right? And so now I wrote a letter. Here, let me just make sure none of my information. Okay, I wrote a letter and it's like this. Okay, so if you see here, I have the date, right? February 20th, that's when I wrote the letter. My name, and then in between here will be your social security number, and then your date of birth, okay? So you write, anybody's going to rewatch this, it's easy because you can rewatch it and learn how to do it. And I'll show you, simple. You could write the same thing I wrote. You don't have to change it. These are the accounts that were negative on my thing. It's like here, ARS Emergency, this was on it, Paramount, and ARS. I could write them. Look, all three of them are in the same letter. All you have to do is, this is the same letter. The only thing I do at the bottom is like this one says Dear Experience. The only thing I do is change the names. Like this one will say Dear Experience, the other one will say Dear TransUnion, and the other one will say Dear Equifax, okay? And their address is very easy to find. You just go online and you Google their addresses, and it'll show you to file credit disputes. So it says, thank you for taking the time to review these cases. I recently ordered a credit report, and I'm working extremely hard to remove false accounts from my credit report. I have no knowledge of these accounts. There have been prior accounts removed due to someone in the past who is known to use my name in the family. I had no knowledge of these two accounts, and I ask you to please remove them from my account, as this is my third attempt to do so. It is truly hurting my credit. I thank you in advance. The following accounts that need attention are, and then I wrote the accounts exactly the way I seen it. Account number, the amount. I never authorized this account. Thank you for helping me clear it. Paramount Recovery. I have absolutely no knowledge of the account, and I thank you in advance for helping me remove this. This is my 4th attempt. I've never authorized this transaction. Thank you. This one, I called the hospital. They said the person did not show identification. I asked for a letter verifying the statement and still have not received it. Please help me remove this for the 5th time. I am attempting to do so. Thank you in advance. This is not my account. I have no knowledge of this account. It is hurting my credit. Please remove it from my records. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, Florina Kaya. So if you do this, you can write your own things. Like I never, what's happening, I'm teaching people how to fix their credit and how to remove negative items and dispute negative items from their account. I'm doing something a little different. So I'm teaching people how to do that. So the first step, if you want to build your credit and you have no credit, you're like, but I have no credit, right? I have none. There are credit cards. Like I said, it's a $300 limit. You could pay the $300 up front. The card holds that money until they see that you're in good standing. Every month, spend like $20, $30. Make sure you pay it on time. Like I paid 3-4 days in advance. I have automatic payments, so everything's getting paid automatically so that when it gets paid, you also can link your bank account to it if you're paying a cell phone bill or any electricity bills or any of that. And if they see that being paid, that also gets counted as good credit, okay? You can do this. It's very easy. Like I said, go to Google, get the 3 addresses, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Again, rewatch this video if you're trying to fix your credit, because you can slowly watch it and listen to it and say, okay, so the first step I have to do is start a credit line if you have no credit. Rams, what if it was really me on the accounts? Bitch. Look at my eyes. It's always really us on the accounts. And then none of that matters. What matters is what you do about it, because they work with people who are, unless you have like student loans or anything, remember, they work with people. You, especially right now because of COVID, you can call and you can you know what I'm saying? You can say, like, I lost my job, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And they'll work with you. You just have to call. I love you. I see you. Come on. You know what I'm saying? We know. We know what time it is. We know Flo was walling out at one point. You know what I'm saying? That's not the point. The point is we're trying to fix this. You know what I'm saying? Fix this in our lives. The first step, I promise you, go to Credit Karma and look at your credit score. And if you say, but I have no credit, I don't know what to do, they have the options. The first thing I did, I had like a 501 credit score. It's terrible. I had all bad inquiries. I had like 10 inquiries on my account. I got them all removed. It took me time. I kept writing to them. It took me like 3-4 months to get my credit from that to a 684. That's not bad in 3 months to get your credit up that much. Okay, I had hard inquiries that I got removed. There are ways to do that too, and hold on. I don't want to say it, but they'll never check. Person is in jail. Okay. The person is in, you call them and you say, I filed a police report, this person has been locked up, blah, 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 blah. Okay, they're not going to check. Just call them and take care of it, okay? Just now, I had 3 things removed from my account. Just now, I called Experian and explained to them that, someone went into my card and they took my information. I had lost my phone, and I called the bank, and the bank gave me back my money, and I explained to them that there was fraud on my account, There was fraud. But, that's how you do it. You just got to continue to work with it, okay? So the first thing you want to do is open up, if the credit cards are current, like I said, Lori, everything that's there, if there's something that you can't pay off, call them and work with them. So if something's like 6,700, let's say, or 3,500, they'll work with that. They'll cut that in half. If you call the company, you're like, look, because of COVID, I lost my job. They'll cut that in half, and then they'll give you payment installations. So you gotta, obviously, the things that are yours and it's really like, you know, affecting your credit, and you know it's yours, your credit, you can get that cut in half and start to make payments on it. Like 50, tell them, you work with them. How much can you afford a month? I can make $30 payments a month. That'll show at least it's in good standing. You're paying it. It's in good standing, but you got to pay these things off. Your credit cards, you have to pay those. Like if you're not paying them and you're behind and stuff, even if you can't make a pay, send $10, $15, whatever you can. Save $10, $15. Pay that shit off. And when you have a $300 limit, do not go over $70 a month, because they that's an inquiry. That's when you have a $300 limit, for instance, you're just starting, right? I love you guys. When you have a $300 limit and you're just starting, right? And you're spending $150 a month, they're gonna look at you like, all right, this bitch just wants the money and she wants to spend it. So yeah, for loans too, Jackie, whatever you have, student loans, all that, call them right now. Because of COVID, credit companies are working with everybody. So you could be like, I really can't afford to pay this. I lost my job. I have no income. I'm a single mother, blah, blah, blah. What can we do to lower this? And I will make a specific amount of payment a month. So they'll say, well, what can you do? What can you work with? You can either call directly the loan you got it from, or you could call the credit bureaus and ask them what to do, and they'll direct you to the right place. Okay, there's many ways to do this. All you have to do is make communication. Call, write letters. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because Astro, I'm saying the reason why I'm showing you guys this is because, look, spiritually we want to get connected, but when our life is not like in tune, if we don't have like the money or the credit to do the things that we want to do, we can't spiritually focus. You know, focus on spirituality. Does that make sense to you? So when we're like focused on finances and money, oh, my credit's bad, I can't do this, I can't do that. Even though my credit's getting better, I still like, I don't have like crazy limits and all that on my credit cards on purpose. You know, there's only one card I have that's $1,000 limit, and I hardly use it. I use it when it's an emergency. That's it. Like, or I'm out and I don't have nothing else on me. I'll use it and I pay it all the time, right on time. And I never use more than 150 on any credit cards. Actually, I'm lying to you, 70 on each card. So each card shows that when you go over 31% of the usage on credit, you will get it will show up on your card. Like if you, let's say your card, like I said, $300 limit and you're spending $150, it'll show up $150, and then your points go down. So know that that's the trick right there. You need to know that if you spend under 31% of utilization on your credit, then they won't report it. You understand what I'm saying? So like I said, get I'm going to step by step. The first thing you want to do is get the 3 addresses for Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Those are the 3 major credit bureaus, and they're the ones to report. And it makes your credit better or worse. So you want to get their numbers, and then you want to take things out of your account that you see that are like old and just sitting there, especially the older ones. Get all those removed. And if you have loans and you're trying to work on it, call the companies and ask them what you can do to lower the payment and to break it in half. Let's say you owe like $2,500 on a hospital bill. If you call them, they will cut that in half and then give you like a $20 payment a month. Okay, and that will fix your credit right there. Okay, using your card less than $70 to $60 a month and paying it on time. You don't have to pay the whole thing, but $30, $20, paying it before the thing is up. That's the best way to do it, okay? Yeah. Never close an account that hurts your score. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like you mean a credit card. Okay, so, and then the second thing, after you dispute these items, like I said, I showed you the letter. You can write all of the items you have on one letter and just keep the letter exactly the same. I have no knowledge of these accounts. I am working extremely hard to remove false credit from my account. I have no knowledge of these 2 accounts. And then I ask, can you please have them removed? And then you put the account, and I have no knowledge of this account. And then the next account, I have no knowledge of the account. The next account, I have no knowledge of this account. On the top, you're going to change Experian, you're going to change the heading on the letter. You know what I'm saying? Like go to print this out and then change this to TransUnion. Keep them exactly the same. The next one, change it to Equifax. And then take them, put them in a thing, stamp them, and mail them out. Mail them out. And if you get no response, which you will, they will remove it. They've done it. They've done it. If you get no response, you can call them. They have their numbers that you can call. I just called Experian and got 2 hard inquiries taken out of my account. Okay? It's all about learn how to work the system. The system is working you. You got to work the system, you know? I have no debt, but my credit is low and I can't apply for good cards. Astro, you don't need a good card. If you can save $300 and put it in your account, they have prepaid cards that report to credit bureaus. For instance, I started mine with some like Capital One $300 like limit, but I had to put the $300 into the card. So it's basically like a prepaid card, but if you continue to be in good standing within 6 to 8 months, like I've had it for 7 months now, next month they'll send the money back and I get that money back. So that money's like a down payment, you know what I'm saying? Like you're putting it down and making sure that, you know what I'm saying? And that helps build your credit. It starts from there, and then you start spending $50 a month, you pay it, 30, 40, and you keep paying it. And you just keep up with your finances, okay? Really, Sassy? I just called them. You have to stay on the phone. Look, patience is required when you're doing things like this. You guys, patience. I understand it could be annoying and it could get like real irritating, but patience is required for all of this. Like in order to get anything fixed in your life, and I'm talking about anything. Look, my license, it took me 5 years to get it back. 5 years, $5,000 later. But it was patience and hard work and determination. It's all it is. You just got to stay focused. Whatever they told me to do. If they told me you got to take these classes and do that. And I was like, every year it was like, okay, you got to do this. You got to do that. You can't yet. You can't yet. And I was frustrated, you know. Even with getting off probation, you guys got to understand. If I could fix my life the way it was, from probation to no license to no credit to do all that, to slowly fixing it took me 2 years, but I did it. And patience is required with everything, whether that be financially or spiritually. The only way you're going to ever gain a response back from the universe is when you work hard at it. And when you do, things will fall into place. Even if it feels like it's never going to get fixed, you're wrong. It will. You just have to patient, like paciencia y fe. Okay, I love that saying. It's patience and faith in Spanish. And I watched the movie In the Heights, and I promise you that part always. And every time I get irritated or I want to punch somebody in the face, I'm always like patience and faith. Patience and faith. It's the things that got me through everything. Okay. And now, like, I'm not embarrassed to share my life with people, and I don't care what anybody thinks about me, because at the end of the day, I'm showing people what's possible when you really stick with a plan. When you stick with a plan. Sometimes we get lazy. Sometimes, yeah, but when it comes to things, get it fixed. Like, you're gonna want all of these things. You're gonna need all of them. Okay, you're gonna need all of them. You're not gonna be able to live without good credit and you know, some money stored away a little bit. You don't have to have thousands of dollars stored away, but you should at least have at least $1,500, like, for a rainy day, just in case something happens. At least have that, you know what I'm saying, in the bank or whatever. You have to have at least that. And it doesn't matter if you spend a lot and all that, but if you have that security right there, at least you know, God forbid something happens, I have my money saved right here and I'm okay. What's up, guys? I love you guys. So I just wanted to share that information with you, how you could start your credit, how you could fix your credit, how you could clear all that stuff out of your thing. Again, there's still spots, plenty of spots. Well, here's the thing, like 25 people already signed up for the spiritually gifted classes, and it doesn't matter how many people are in it because it's school, right? It's a class. There's still, obviously, you have until July 13th, and it's pay as you go, okay? I just wanted to mention that because a lot of people were asking me. You can do it through PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, okay? It's a $40 down payment, and the rest of them, it's $200 altogether. So you could make the payments every time you come to a class. You could pay $25, okay? So if you're wanting to do that, those School for the Spiritually Gifted and spiritually people who are spiritually advancing is still there. Any advice on how to start saving money? Yes. The best way that I start, because I was horrible at saving money. I was like a spender. Can you guys hear me? I was a big spender, like just like to spend money like constantly, nonstop. Can you guys hear me? Mom, call Eleanor. She's interrupting my live. So I was horrible at spending. Thank you, because she My sister-in-law keeps calling me. Okay, so the way I save money now is what I do is this. So let's say I make $400, right? Everybody gets a check, $400, right? I put away 100 out of that immediately. And with the 400, I see what bills or something do I have to pay, and I take care of those. And if there's like $50 left out of that 100, what I'll do is that $100 gets put away regardless. And if there's $50 left over, I say, okay, with this 50, I'm gonna go to the store or do this or do that, whatever I want to get. I can use that $50. I'm gonna fuck this girl up. Like, if I'm, can you call Eleanor? She keeps calling me. I'm on live. Slow. Okay. So if you sometimes that's what I got. So if I'm gone for 5 seconds in this house, I get 500 phone calls. Where are you? I'm like, bitch, can I get a second on my phone? So like, that's what I do. And another thing that started with me with like saving 1,000 or more, every time I got to 100, I knew, okay, another 100. Okay, another 100. And then when I got to 1,000, like whatever I saved, it's not much, but I save, you know what I'm saying? When I got there, I was like, okay, when I get to like 800, I get excited because I'm like, okay, it's about to be 1,000. And then I know, like, you know, when I have that security of that, a little bit amount in the bank, and then I just carry a little bit of money on me. I don't ever like walk around with cash on me a lot because I don't. I keep it in the bank because I know it's not going nowhere. It's there, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't touch it. So if it gets over a certain amount, you know, I know not to go under or over it. You know what I mean? So even if you start with $20, bro, $20 saved means another 20 is 40, another 20 is 60, another 20 is 80, another 20 is 100. Do you understand? So don't look at it like that. I take every 10 and $5 bill or dollar bills that are just like I'll have change and all that, and I throw them in my piggy bank. And at the end of the year, that piggy bank, I open it and it's stuffed. Like, it's stuffed. It's got like at least $400 in there. You know what I'm saying? That's not a lot of money to some people, but to me it is, because saving money is saving money. You know what I'm saying? I don't stress about money either. I don't worry about it, because when I do, what happens is I make less, and I'm like really, you know, lately I haven't been doing the tarot card reading, so, you know, I'm not making as much doing lives and all that, but you know, that's okay. Everything will come to me the way it's supposed to come to me. I'm listening to my spirit and I'm going, you know? Yeah, exactly. Lori, see, she said we have a direct deposit to her vacation fund. So everything goes straight into that. So when they take a vacation, they're fine. They don't have to worry about where's the money coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like that. That's how the way it's got to be. You got to think of it like when you put $10 away, $5 away, you might not see it like as nothing, but if you look at that $10 and $5 away, don't count it either, okay? It's like you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table, okay? That's that song, know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You never count your money when you're sitting on a poker table, because when you do, you have less of it. Like if I play Texas Hold'em, I don't check my money until the end, because when I count, oh, I have $25 left, it feels like less and less and less. So you want to just keep putting it away, okay? All right, love and light to you guys. I'm going to go because I do want to do a live later, and I want to do like Akashic Records reading again, and I want to do like a tarot reading, but not with the regular tarot. I'm going to do like oracle decks, which is why I'm the only reason I'm not doing regular tarot is because it's just drama. You know what I'm saying? It's always drama. Somebody's mama is fighting and somebody's boyfriend is leaving them. I don't need that shit in my life, okay? I'm trying to focus on spiritual growth here, okay? So, but anyway, so if anybody wants to sign up for the classes, they're still available. I'm making the healing boxes this week. Oh my God. Out of nowhere, my nose gets itchy. I'm making the spiritual boxes this week. And I don't know if I do the live for tarot, for the oracle deck reading, I'm going to do it around like probably 6:30, 7 o'clock the latest, okay? I'll post before I do it, okay? I love you guys. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys later, okay? Take that advice with the credit. Please get your credit fixed, because without it, we're fucked out here. Money is good, but credit is better. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have both, you know? Are you able to let us know if we are one of the 25 people that signed up already? That are signed up already? What do you mean, able to let you know? What do you mean by that, Cassandra? I know you're already signed up. Yeah, right? Cassandra, you signed up, okay? But it's July 13th. That's when the class starts, and it's every Tuesday and Thursday, 7:30 to 8:30, okay? And if you can't make it, I'll be for those people who can't make the classes, I also am going to record them, and make a link on YouTube and people can purchase the link for like $5. You know what I'm saying? So you could watch it like it's a pre-recorded classes. You could watch them. You know what I mean? So if you can't make them. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Okay. Bye, guys.